Hello tubes, this is Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I've just been chuntering away for 10 minutes or 5 minutes thinking I was recording and forgot that I'd actually got it on photographic mode. Nothing changes on this channel. Yeah, impromptu video. I just got this through the post thanks to Justin and Cal, but obviously Justin was doing his 30k and I got quite into reading up on it, and the 40k really, I mean, I just fancy painting stuff from that type of universe, and the 30k, this one came up, but it's the newer one that they're doing at the moment, and it's the Horus Heresies, so probably easier for me to follow along with from the beginning, if that makes sense, or not the beginning, but you know, you get what I'm saying. And I really did like the look of this character, Geigor Fellhand. The Fellhand bit I've got. About 17 quid I think he was, with the postage included. So let's go and take a look. I've done it again. I've just been waffling away and I haven't pressed the record button. Must be a really bad head day today. Right, give me a second so we don't get no noise. We'll because this slots in. It's a really good way of boxing it up, actually, especially as it came in a jiffy bag. Right, 1 minute. Right guys, as you can see, not the biggest. Anybody that knows this type of figure will know it's not the largest sprue in the world. I'm not really phased over that. It's usual with Games Workshop, they do really nice plastic. The only thing that you've obviously always got is the 1,000,001 seam lines to get rid of. They can't do anything about that, obviously. It's all got to be in the mould, hasn't it? So I'm not 100% sure. The only thing that ever puts, I've got I bought an old second-hand codex last year or the year before on the Space Wolves, just because I wanted to know about chapters and stuff like that. Not to game, more just to get. I like to know what I'm painting, if that makes sense. I like the lore behind the stuff. You know, I doubt I'll ever game, but I like to know. You know, what makes the particular universe. That, you know, 40k is, what it makes it tick and everything. So I've been learning all about the Emperor and the different Primarchs and stuff. Decided that if I was going to paint a chapter for myself, it'd be salamanders. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they appeal to me. I like green. I like to do shiny green armour. But I also wanted the Space Wolves as well. Everybody loves Space. All right then, I'm making huge jumps there, aren't we? But a lot of people like Space Wolves. I won't go down the gaming side of it. Are they good or bad? Because I have no idea. I just like the look of them. So why don't we actually use this to get in with Gav? There we go. So we've got a nice face there. I always like painting faces, and we've got another big power claw type hand there. I say another one because I'm painting a Chaos Marine, which we'll see in a minute, that I had spare in my my junk collection. We're upside down there, Gav, or not? Good old Gav wouldn't even know. There we go. We've got boots. Gun. Is that a bolter? I'm not. No, real bad. But yeah, really nice looking figure. 17 quid. I don't know if that's good or bad. I've also bought a second-hand, well, not second-hand. It appears to me that obviously there's a roaring trade in people buying up boxes and then breaking them down into singles, as they call them. I prefer just to try and buy a box if possible, but you can't get any particularly cheap, and people just seem to be, you know, breaking down boxes for singles. For a painter like me, I suppose in one sense it can make it cheaper. You know, if I don't want to pay 10 Space Marines, I can paint 1 or 2. It's like this guy here. But 17 quid. This would take me probably a couple of weeks here and there. Obviously, not full days and nights, but probably take me a couple of weeks, plus doing the base. So, you know, 17 quid, that's people will buy that in a couple of cans of beer, or going down the pub, or whatever, you know. So, or a couple of, was it breakfast sandwiches or whatever. So I think I'm getting it all right there. I don't mind that. But it is a thing with me. Obviously, I'm short on funds, so it's a case of anything under 20 quid really. But it has to be something I want to paint. So we get the usual GW base. I did think of putting him on a more of a display base, but I don't know yet. Or maybe sinking this into a base so that if I did sell it later on, somebody could gain with it. I don't know. I prefer to paint for collectors, if that makes sense, and that's not being high and mighty. I can do more for it, you know, more into it. I don't want to just, you know, slap them out and whatever. I get more, as I say, if you are a painter, obviously you get your fun out of painting, how you paint. But me, I throw a lot at it, and you know, I'm not. You know, I could never see me painting a load of these for a gamer, because you just, you know, they wouldn't pay for it type of thing. So it's more for collectors really. If somebody wants a nice piece. Right, so that's that. So that's our little unboxing. We shall see him coming up, I would imagine, in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, I've got about a 15-year-old box of Chaos Space Marines that I tried when I first got them, and I just wasn't getting on with it. But I've got about 3 left, I think, maybe 4. So I've dug 2 out, primed them up, and I'm having a go, as you can see. Trying to go for like a cold red rather than a warm red, so there's no oranges. I don't know what it's, hang on, let's put that down. I don't know what it's looking like under the camera. Obviously, when he's all finished, and his mate's finished, I'll take some photographs. But yeah, it's more of a cold red I'm looking for. So I'm putting obviously magenta in, and I'm using some fluoro magenta as well from AK in between their layers, just to build up the look I want. Which is to say, it'll give it a slight pinky look. I don't mind that. As I say, I'm trying to go for a particular look in my head, and it seems to be working. The non-metallic, I know all the different artwork I'm looking at, because I'm coming from a standing start with these guys, and I'm looking at all the different, like, deviant art and all that type of stuff. And you know, I see them. You know, obviously the different non-metallic. Well, it doesn't have to be non-metallic. What I'm saying is, you know, all the bright work, as I would call it. Some of it's like in more of a bronzy colour, some's, you know, and some of it obviously are these guys, other guys are in black. I think this is the Corn, is it Blood for the Blood God or whatever, the Corn guy. But yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it actually. It's taking me unfortunately away from other stuff I should be doing as usual. But yeah, so that's, I haven't done I chose this helmet for him. And the other guy's got one, but it's pulled up a couple of mould lines. And that's his... I don't even know what they're called. How bad's that? But I'll learn. 30k, I'll learn. But yeah, that seemed nice. If you can call that nice I'm definitely on the side of the Emperor. But I will be painting all stuff like this as I go along. So yeah, you know, I'm still doing my military stuff and that. I just fancied doing something different. And when Justin was doing his 30k stuff, I just thought, yeah, that looks all right. I might have a go. And I remembered I've got a couple of these. I've even got a Ultramarines Scout Speeder of some description. Again, that's got to be the same time, roughly the same time as I got this. So I'm actually figuring of doing that as well. Just for a bit of fun. It'll be something to be. I mean, I don't know how good the decals will be after all these years, but we'll see. Right, guys, thank you very much. You were supposed to. Let's get it back out again. So it looks. Don't knock him over. That's taken a good few hours to get there. Yeah, it looks a really interesting figure. I like it. They do a couple of others at the moment as well. I don't know enough of the lore. I was looking at getting maybe some second-hand books for the Horus Heresy. See if I can pick up some. You know, when I get into stuff like that, then I get to get a feeling for what I'm painting. Does that make sense? So, you know, I can paint Napoleonics because I've got loads of books on Napoleonics, same with American Civil War, World War II, all that stuff, you know. Star Wars, although I don't paint a lot of it, but Harry Potter. I've got quite a big collection. I buy them when I can get them cheap. You haven't seen any Harry Potters being painted for a long time on the channel. I won't get round to it, but I have been buying up cheap ones when I can for the golden day when I sit down and really get dug into them. Right, thanks for stopping by and taking a look. Well, I'll just hold that. There's other stuff coming up. It's been a bit quiet on the channel only because, as I say, if I've got nothing to show you, I don't see the sense in making a video for video's sake, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to doing this guy and maybe some more 30k and some 40k and some Age of Sigmar, I suppose. You never know. Watch this space. So look after yourselves. I'll put a link to Justin's channel and Cal's channel, and go and check their 40k stuff out and all the other goodness that they do with paintbrushes. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.